Hey everyone, welcome back to Intensio, the channel where I share insights from the Akashic records and personal experiences. Today I really want to take a good look into choices. Now, last time when I talked about how to change your life, I mentioned that making different choices will always have different consequences. So the way to change your life is to actually change the choices you make. But today I really want to have another look at making the right choices. And right choices, um, I will start with having a look at what is right and what is so-called wrong, because I believe we have a very different perspective from our society, from compared to the way I look at it. So that's where I will start, and then I will move into how you can know that the choices you are making are actually the right ones for you, but truly for you and not for the people around you or not for what is expected from you. So welcome. I really enjoy that you are watching this. I hope you're enjoying as well, and let's have a good look at the choices we make. So let's get things out of the way first. From my perspective, there is no right or wrong choice to make. There are just choices to make, and each choice has a different consequence. And I am going to talk about positive and negative choices, but I mean something different. I don't mean the right or the wrong choices, but I mean that a positive choice is something that is aligned with who you truly are and what you truly want to do. And a negative choice is not aligned to who you are on soul level. Here's the thing. As humanity, we make a ton of negative choices. We go to birthdays where we don't want to be. We even go to studies because our parents said so, even though our heart is not there. We go on sports for the same reasons. We go to schools because our friends are going there, even we may not like this school. We go to holidays in certain countries where because our partner wants it or because someone else wants it, etc., etc. Now, please understand, of course, when you are in certain types of relationships, there are things to consider that other people have other wants, and sometimes it's your true want that is being delivered, and sometimes it's one of the others. But most of the time, a lot of times, let me rephrase that, a lot of times, we make choices that are not in our own best interest. And I really believe that the way forward for humanity, a way forward for humanity, is to make more positive choices that are aligned with what you truly want. Even if the perceived consequences may be negative. And I'm putting it in this way because perceived consequences may or may not be true. All right, let's have a relationship example in here. Let's say you want to go out with your friends and your girlfriend wants you to stay at home and watch a movie with her on the couch. And you decide, so you have a choice to make, right? And the positive choice, the one you feel enthusiastic about, is actually to go out with friends, but you choose to compromise or ignore that and stay with your girlfriend at home watching a movie on the couch. Because the perceived consequence is otherwise she will be angry, it will have consequences for the relationship, she will come back at me, blah, 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 blah. Our mind can give many reasons why we should or should not make a certain choice. So you end up watching the movie, and during the night, you think about your friends, of course, going out, you receive messages, maybe you even receive pictures or small movies, and you feel stronger and stronger that you actually are not in the right place at that moment. And what happens? Your girlfriend becomes angry with you because you are not actually there in the moment. So you are still having the perceived consequence, but actually by making the negative choice. And there are many ways in this can actually happen. So let's have a look at what are the indicators on what is a positive choice for you. Because let's be honest, there is such an insane amount of choices to make in this day and age. We have so much freedom and we have so much accessibility to so many things that it's becoming more and more difficult to truly tune into yourself and feel what is the right thing for you to do. So it's important to know these indicators, to know the indicators of what's a positive choice for you and to go with that. Now, before I'm going into the indicators, let me say this one last thing. If you think like, yeah, I'm making my choices, I will watch the indicators but not do anything with it. I invite you. I invite you to try them, because choosing positive choices can only have a positive outcome for each and every one involved. So maybe, let's go back to the example in the relationship again. When you would have gone out with your friends and you have only perceived negative consequences, but if you would have done that, your girlfriend would have felt space to be on her own, come closer to herself again, and also be more attracted or happy to see you again afterwards. And this is just a small example in a relationship where people stick together way too much because they think that's the way forward. But I really believe that making positive choices for yourself helps others to make positive choices for them as well. Okay, with that said, let's move into the 3 indicators I've ready for you on how to know when you are making positive choices. So the first one, and I already dropped the word, but the first one is enthusiasm. It is really a really simple exercise that if you have a choice to make, to sit down, imagine the choices you have, whether it's 2 or more, and feel which one makes you more enthusiastic. Which one does your heart go out to? Which one gives you energy even just thinking about it? It's the biggest indicator we have, and I really believe we are not using it enough to follow our enthusiasm, to follow our hearts. And enthusiasm is the baked in mechanism in us humans to actually feel in a very simple, direct, and almost touchable way where we want to go at any given moment. So the first indicator I want to give to you is enthusiasm, and the tip or the invitation to follow your enthusiasm. Okay, something I forgot to mention, and I will do now, is that the first indicator is about before you're making a choice. The second one will be, well, acting on your choice. And the third one will be an indicator of after you have acted on the choice you have made. So we're having a beautiful arc here. Yeah. Having said that, let's move on to the second indicator. And the second indicator is playfulness. So when you are making a choice out of positive alignment with yourself, and the moment you are acting on it, or the period of time that you are acting on it, you will notice that it's actually easier to move into a state of playfulness, that you are enjoying and having fun while acting on your positively aligned choice. And this is actually something very important because we are being taught to work hard, to do a lot of things, to have a full agenda, full calendar, and to just be busy all the time. Just think about it. How difficult is it to go to someone in Western society, just knock on the door and surprise them with a visit? Most of the time, they are doing something. And a lot of the times, they are not doing it playfully, which really is a shame because playfulness gets the energy moving. And especially as adults, we are so serious a lot of the times. We can get unstuck by acting on positive choices and being in a playful state and vibration. Okay, let's have a look at the third and final indicator. So the last indicator is actually the results. The results you get from making a positively aligned choice. And these results will always be in abundance, whether in time, energy, or money. And the reason for this is that you are working with the flow of life by making positively aligned choices. So your pre-indicator, your enthusiasm, follow your enthusiasm, doing it, acting on it with playfulness, which will come almost automatically because it's something you want, you have a desire of making this choice, will inevitably lead into receiving something back, whether it's in energy, time, or money. So let's have a look at each of these three results just for a moment. Energy is the easiest one. If you are doing something you're enthusiastic about and you're doing it in a playful state or vibration, you will feel happiness coming out from it in a multitude of ways. If you are doing something for someone else, they may return the favor and do something for you. That's also an exchange of energy. The second one is time. If you choose not to do something you feel obligated to do, but you don't want to do it, it automatically gives you time in a very busy schedule, agenda, or calendar that we are living in Western society. So give yourself this time. Allow yourself to have this time and to have blank space on your calendars, because it also invites you to look at these blank spaces or be in these blank spaces, pockets of time, so to say. Let your creativity come up, flow, and new positive choices, aligned choices will come up with what to do with this time. And if it's nothing, then it's automatically giving you time. So the last one is money. I'm a big believer that if you follow your heart and you do your passion, it's inevitable that people will pick up on this energy, pick up on this vibration, and they will want to come to you. They are attracted to what you're doing. Now, I am not someone who will ever say, go sit on the couch and imagine your perfect job and it will come to you by doing nothing. But the imagination and the sitting on the couch, visualizing what you really want, gives your mind perspective on what to look for and what to move towards. So if you're doing your passion, it is inevitable that people will pick up on it. Plus, if you are making the steps which are needed to expand on this passion and expand it into work, job, and invite people to see you for who you truly are and what you are truly doing, then it's inevitable that clients, customers, however you want to call them, people will show up for you. Okay, so I may hear some of you thinking, all right, Q, how on earth can I try new choices, go through the whole process of acting on them with playfulness, and only see by then in the results whether they give me time, energy, or money, or whether they are lowering my time, energy, and money only? And you know, it's true. We are mostly working with a hit or miss approach. We are trying new things, see if they work out for us, going through all kinds of processes, whether or not they are accepted by the people around us or not. And only afterwards, you know, we can see whether it feels right for us or not. Now, please understand that doing something new, whether it's a new lifestyle, new sport, new diet, or whatever, I don't say that you have to find the golden nugget into perfecting your life and doing that until the end of time. I mean, there is always movement, and sports or whatever, or people around you, friends, family, loved ones, etc., they can change. And the way you are moving through these relationships can change continuously. There is no station on where to end. And of course, it's also why I gave the first two indicators of enthusiasm and playfulness, that you can also check in before making a choice and during acting on a choice, whether or not it is positively aligned to you. Okay, here's something I do want to mention. One of my sessions that I do with Akashic record work is called the Blueprint session. And in this Blueprint session, I go into your Akashic record and we have a one-on-one meeting where we discuss your divine blueprint. Now, what this means is that I can give you information on which areas of life, which areas of energy you work with, and which are more likely to align positively to who you are on soul level. So in this session, in this blueprint session, I cut through all the layers around you. I cut through what has been taught to you by society, family, or education, or wherever you picked up anything, and I give you the information you need to act upon who you truly are in a very concise and easy to understand way. So if you are interested in this, or you know someone who would be interested in this, I will leave the link to my website right below in the description. And next to that, you are very much invited to also subscribe to the newsletter on my website, or to subscribe, comment, and like here on YouTube. And it would be very much appreciated. Also, if you have any questions or comments, just write them down below and I will answer every single one of them. Okay, that having said, I was doing this video and I really had to talk about one small thing. And I'm moving back to the indicator of enthusiasm just for a moment, because the enthusiasm can be very short-lived. And this is because of our resistance mechanisms. So if you have a choice to make and you feel enthusiasm going up, act on it and stick with it. The first response of your body is most of the times the right one. Because after that, the body knows, the body is enthusiastic, and then comes the mind. And the mind has all these kinds of resistance mechanisms holding you back from making these positively aligned choices, because it's not the right thing to do, what would my family think, etc, etc, etc. Oh no, I'm not this person is also a very good one, but there are a lot of them. Now, here's the interesting thing. If you would like me to do a full video on resistances, please let me know. Which brings us to the end of this video. I really enjoyed talking to you about making choices in life, and I really hope this helps to gain a little bit more perspective on the indicators you can use to make more positively aligned choices. Now, if there are any choices you are up against, or you have any other questions, or want to give some feedback on the videos that I make, please leave a comment down below and I will reply to every single one of them. For now, I wish you a beautiful day and lots of love. Ciao.